What would shift in your life if you treated your own word to yourself like a binding contract? Another question, how often do you say, I got me, but then flake on your goals, your routines, and your own peace of mind? Hmm. Furthermore, when people look at you, do they see someone who moves with grounded, centered spiritual authority, or are you showing up a little too bendable, too influenced, and too unsure? Let's talk about it, because this week we're building personal solidity, a resolute demeanor rooted in integrity, alignment, and sacred commitment to self. You know, the world is loud, but you can still be still. Let me say that again for those in the back that might not have just started listening. The world is loud, but you can still be still. See, in this noisy, performative world, people are always trying to shift you, pull you in different directions, challenge your boundaries, water down your convictions. But here's the truth. You can't expand if you're constantly shifting to fit. You've got to stand still to stand out. And that requires one thing above all else: a resolute demeanor, an unshakable energy that says, I know who I am, I know what I value, and I walk in that every day, with every word, with every breath. But we're going to take that one step further today, because real resolve doesn't start when you're tested by them. It starts when you're tested by you. Let's get into that. Welcome to the Lifestyle Expansion Blueprint, where we dive deep into the mind, body, and soul of success. I'm your host, Gray, and here we believe that true growth begins from within. Whether you're seeking personal transformation, professional elevation, or simply looking to expand your life's possibilities, you're in the right place. Together, we'll explore the strategies, insights, and metaphysical principles that empower you to manifest the life you truly desire. So take a deep breath, open your mind, and let's embark on this journey of expansion. Your next level begins now. All right. Welcome back, y'all. On this episode, we're going to get into this resolute demeanor. And I hope you're ready to stand 10 toes down. We've all heard the first agreement from Don Miguel Ruiz, the book, The Four Agreements. We've all heard the first one, and that is be impeccable with your word. Word is bond. You got nothing but your word and your boss, and nobody's going to break them for nothing, right? Most people hear that, and they think it's about being honest with others, not gossiping, not lying, not using your words to harm. And all of that is true. But here's the deeper truth. Your life changes when you become impeccable with your word to yourself. If you say, I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to meditate tomorrow, and then you don't, you just taught your subconscious that you can't be trusted. If you say, I'm done entertaining low vibrational energy, and then you answer that text from your past at 2 a.m., that's spiritual betrayal, fam. It's not about being perfect. It's about being committed to your own growth, your own healing, your own standards. Because when your word to yourself means something, you start walking different, talking different, manifesting differently. You radiate resolve. A resolute demeanor is rooted in the four agreements. So what I want to do is I want to break down those agreements, because if you want to build a resolute demeanor, these four agreements aren't just suggestions. They're blueprints. Number one is be impeccable with your word, as I mentioned. Like we said, start with yourself. If you say it, mean it. If you commit, follow through. You can't expect other people to respect you more than you respect your own self-discipline. Number two, you don't take anything personally. Everybody's fighting a battle you don't see. Everybody's got some shit. Their mood, their shade, their silence, 99% of it, it ain't even about you. The moment you stop internalizing their nonsense is the moment you step into freedom. You gain emotional sovereignty, and that's a superpower. Number 3, you don't make assumptions. This one right here, whoo, how many arguments, losses, and missed blessings have come from assuming? Assuming they're mad, assuming they don't care, assuming you're not worthy. You want to be resolute? Ask, clarify, speak, listen. Let me say that again. If you want to be resolute, you need to ask the right questions, clarify their answers, speak with authority, and listen with intention. The truth is usually much softer than the story you made up in your head. The truth is usually much softer than the story you made up in your head with those internal conversations about thoughts that you could have no possible way of really knowing what they are. Remember that. Number 4, always do your best. And I love how Ruiz says your best will change from day to day. Some days your best will be building empires. Other days your best will be not cussing that person out. Changes from day to day, but always do your best. And when you show up with integrity and give it what you've got, you go to sleep clean. No guilt, no shame, no self-betrayal. Let me tell you what happens when you actually live this. When you keep your word to yourself, when you stop taking things personally, when you stop assuming, when you do your best consistently, you start to feel peace. That deep kind of peace that don't even flinch when things go left. That type of peace that keeps you calm when people try to provoke you. That I said what I said and I meant it kind of peace. People feel that on you. You don't have to announce you've elevated your energy. Your energy says it before you even open your mouth. You know, one of my clients came to me saying, I don't know why people always test me in relationships. We did the work. She started keeping her word to herself. She stopped saying yes to things that were no's in her gut. She stopped explaining herself to people committed to misunderstanding her. And suddenly, she became unshakable. Not perfect, but powerful, rooted, resolute. That is someone who is honest with themselves and others. That's someone who remains resolute in their demeanor, that remains integral in their speech, and intentional in their actions. Here's what I want you to walk away with. Your life expands in direct proportion to how faithfully you keep your word to yourself. You can read all the self-help books you want. You can listen to all of the motivational and inspirational podcasts and recording. But if you keep breaking promises to yourself, you're training your spirit to mistrust your own power. And listen, there's enough in this world trying to pull you off center. Don't let you be one of them. Be the anchor. Be the presence. Be the one who doesn't just talk resolution, but lives it. Let's get real this week. I want you to write down 3 things you've promised yourself this year and recommit to them. That's the mental intention I want you to set. The spiritual intention is pick one of the 4 agreements to focus on daily this week. Write on it on your mirror, speak it into your day. Emotionally, set one boundary, just one, and hold it without apology. And if you're ready to level up this work, to build integrity from the inside out, to walk in your highest masculine or feminine frequency with power, clarity, and spiritual swag, then you already know. The Billionaire Brain Trust is here. The Lifestyle Expansion Blueprint is here. And more importantly, I'm here. Let's remember who we are. Let's walk in it. Let's become the kind of people that silence a room when we walk in, not with noise, but with presence. Stay grounded, stay sacred, and most of all, stay expansive, my friends. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Lifestyle Expansion Blueprint. My hope is that you're leaving with new insights and the tools to help you craft the life you envision. Remember, your blueprint for success is already within you. It just needs to be unlocked. If this episode resonated with you, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who's ready to expand their life. Until next time, I'm Gray. Keep building, keep growing, and always stay in alignment with your highest self.